Okay, so it is time for another album battle. Okay, so I decided to put Megan Thee Stallion's Megan Act 1 versus Megan Act 2. I wanted to know which album you guys thought was better and why. Here's going to be the track list for both albums so you can see, Act 1 includes songs like His, Rattle, Figaro, Where Them Girls At, Both Ain't Shit, Moody Girl, Cobra. So those are some of the, songs from there. And then some of the songs from here include Bigger in Texas, Bourbon, Number One Rule, and Motion, the freestyles and stuff like that. So that's kind of a moment of the track list just so you guys can look and see which one kind of is going to take it for you. So in my opinion, I think that Act 2 is better. I don't know. I feel like Act 2 is more of what people were looking for from Act 1. And yeah, especially Bigger in Texas. Just like, I really love the production choices there. And she was just in her bag. I love the chorus on there. And that's probably been my most played song from Act 2. So that was definitely one that I really enjoyed. I mean, really the first 4-track one. Whenever you have that, and then Bourbon, and then Number One Rule, and then Rocksteady with Flo Milli. Rocksteady with Flo Milli is so good. And I like how they kind of like share the chorus like that and everything. I thought Flo Milli's verse on here was great, and Flo Milli is one of my favorite female rappers out right now. And so to see her, be on that song and everything, and to see them collaborate, I really enjoyed it. I like the music video as well. Reaction on my main YouTube channel, Anastasia25, if you guys want to see my full thoughts on that. And so those were great songs. And then she has a moment where I believe she samples like a G6. So I like that one. I thought that the freestyles on here were really good. And yeah, there's just a lot of funny lines on here whenever she said, I cannot cater to these niggas, but I love some B, referencing Caters to You by Destiny's Child. And just a lot of clever wordplay on this album. I thought that her choruses were really good, super catchy as well. I thought she was in a lot of different pockets in this one. I liked the production. I thought that it was more diverse than Act 1. Just better performances all around. Only songs I didn't really like on Act 2, to be honest with you, was TYG. I just didn't really like all the yelling. I get what she was trying to do, something in the vein of Cobra, but that song wasn't for me. And then the other song that I didn't like was the last song, Never Play. I just didn't like that. It didn't do anything for me. But besides that, I thought that this was really good. It was one of my most played projects this past 2 months, really. So yeah, it's going to be high up there and on my album of the year's list and stuff like that. And I didn't want to say, some people might say, why are you doing this video? And that's Act 2 is a deluxe to Act 1 and everything. But the way that I see it, it wasn't really marketed that way, kind of. And if it was basically toward the end. Okay, so I'm thinking about these as two different projects. First and foremost, it's called Act 1, it's called Act 2. Okay, so I'm going to compare them, and I don't listen to these songs together. If I want to go listen to Act 1, I'll pull up this separate album. Same thing with Act 2. So that's how I view it, and that's how also I'm doing it. And, to make the case for Act 1, because I feel like a lot of people were kind of hating on it necessarily, some of the songs that I really liked, Both Ain't Shit, but Kyle Rich ruined the song. He just sounds like he got out of a remedial English class. I think that it is abhorrent, his so-called performance on there. Every time I listen to it, I listen to Megan's part at the beginning, and then I just skip to the rest of the song, and sometimes I go back to the beginning and listen to it. And like I said, it has to be studied the way that whenever Megan has male artists feature on her songs, how they continuously ruin the song. Okay, she didn't need a feature on the song. She didn't need a feature on the song. So he just absolutely ruined it. But I like the sample. I thought that was a nice choice to be one of my favorites. Accent with Gorilla. Why didn't we get a music video for that? Why was that not a single? Why didn't we have a moment for Accent? Okay, because Gorilla slid on Accent. Okay. Love her energy on that song. Love what Megan did. Another great chorus on this album. Rattle has always been one of my favorite songs on this album. I feel like we should give that one a little bit more love as well. Obviously, His was a great moment at the top of the year and just a cultural moment that was. I liked Cobra a lot. A lot of people hated on Cobra, and like I said, it just annoys me that it talks about Megan Thee Stallion, because people be saying like, oh, I want her to do something different than just talking about, shaking her ass and all these haughty anthems. And then when she does something personal, it's talking about what she was going through with, the whole trial situation. All of a sudden, we don't want to hear that. So what do you want from Megan Thee Stallion exactly? I don't think she should go out of her way to cater to the people who weren't going to like what she did regardless, honestly. And yeah, I like her style though. I like her style though on this album. And the songs that I really did not go for Mamushi, to be honest with you. Whenever I found out that that was like the popular song in this album, I'm like, really? Accent is not having its moment. Rattle is not having its moment. It wasn't pleasing to me. Okay. So that's a song that I didn't necessarily go up for. And yeah, I feel like the hooks on here were kind of not as good as Act 2, so I will definitely say that as well. But yeah, I think both were good albums. Both will be on my end of the year list. I'm counting them separately in my head, but let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. Which one do you think was better and why? Everybody that I talked to pretty much really likes Act 2, and they didn't really go for Act 1. I feel like I'm one of the only people who likes both, but Act 2 is definitely taking it, and I wish she would have had that original cover, because the original cover ate. But shout out to Megan for releasing Act 2 on my birthday, October 25th. She did it for me. And yeah, let's continue that conversation and everything. Let me know what you guys think.